this video, I'm going to talk about cout, and for that, I have to create a new project. Click here and choose console application and click on go. Click on next and make sure that you are working with C++ and give a name for your project. For example, my project. And click on next and finish. And you may not see anything yet, but on the left side, here is your workspace and here is your project. And if you click on sources, there is a main CPP file. Double click on it and here is the code that is written for you to make sure that your code is working properly. And for that, you have to click on build and run or build and run. So I'm going to click on build and run and see what happens. When I run this program, it will print out hello world, and this line, let's go back to the code, and this line cout will print out hello world. And what is cout? Cout is an object and it stands for character out, and it prints out everything that is between these double quotes. So anything you are going to write between these double quotes is going to be printed out on the computer screen. And anything that is written between these double quotes is called string literals. So for now, I'm going to get rid of this end line and add one more line. And now let me write different string literal. Programming is fun. So I am going to run this program again and see what happens. So as you can see, even though you have written in your code string literals in two different lines, but on the console it's written in one line. Why is that? It's because cout doesn't start a new line unless you tell it to do so. And for that, there are two ways to start a new line. The first one is adding end line. Let me show you. So I'm going to type insertion operator, and this is called insertion operator. And after insertion operator, I'm going to write end line. And L means end line. So it's going to end the line and go to the beginning of the next line. So let me run the program and see. As you can see, cout is going to print out hello world, and it ends the line and goes to the beginning of the next line and prints out programming is fun. Hello world ends the line and goes to the beginning of the next line and prints out programming is fun. Let's say what happens if I type end line after programming is fun. There will be a space between programming is fun and process returned. So let's do this. I'm going to type insertion operator and type end line. Let's run the program and see. So hello world and then end line and goes to the next, to the beginning of the next line and prints out programming is fun and again ends the line. Another way of starting a new line is to add an escape sequence in the string literals. So for that, for now, I'm going to get rid of this end line objects. So here we have. Let's run it and see what happens. It's going to print out hello world and programming is fun in one line. Now I'm going to insert escape sequence. What is escape sequence? It is backslash followed by an, and it must be inserted between these double quotes. It can be in the beginning, it can be in the middle, it can be at the end. So after hello world, I want to type backslash and an, and let's see what happens. So hello world, and it goes to the next line and prints out programming is fun. Let's add escape sequence after programming is fun. So again, escape sequence must be between these double quotes, backslash and n. Let's run it and see. Hello world, then it goes to the beginning of the next line and prints out programming is fun and goes to the beginning of the next line. So sometimes students get confused, and instead of putting backslash n escape sequence inside the double quotes, they put outside the double quotes, and it doesn't work. The compiler is going to give an error. As you can see, this red box means there is something wrong and we have to correct it, and it must be in the double quotes. And sometimes students, instead of backslash, they are using just slash, and it also doesn't work, even though your program is going to run successfully. As you can see, it doesn't show what we want. Hello world and slash n, programming is fun. It doesn't go to the next line. So we have to correct slash into backslash. It can be in the beginning, for example, backslash and n. It can be in the middle, backslash and n. And let's see. As you can see, before the hello, we have a space. It's because of this escape sequence. Then it prints out hello, and then again goes to the next line and prints out world. And again it goes to the next line and prints out programming is fun, and again it goes to the next line. So now, since we know what cout is and how to start new line, I want you to write a program that prints out this list: menu, stars, coffee, tea, and apple juice. So for this, I'm going to get rid of these two lines and write from the beginning. Cout, insertion operator, and in double quotes, I'm going to write menu. And then, since I want to go to the next line, I am going to insert again insertion operator and write end line. And then I'll print the stars in double quotes. Again, I want to go to the next line, so insertion operator, end line, and the next is coffee. Then I will go to the next line, end line, and now I'm going to type tea. Then after tea, I want to go to the next line and type end line, and after end line, apple juice. And after apple juice, I want to go to the next line. So menu then goes to the next line, then stars goes to the next line, coffee goes to the next line, tea, apple juice, and goes to the next line. Let's see what happens. And as you can see, this is the list that we wanted: menu, and line, and stars, coffee, and line, tea, and line, apple juice. Now I'm going to show you to do the same list by using the escape sequence. So for that, I'm going to delete this line and write from the beginning. Cout, then menu, and after menu, since I want to go to the next line, I'm going to type backslash and n and close the double quotes. Then I am going to type insertion operator and then my stars. Then close the double quotes, and before closing the double quotes, since I want to go to the next line, I'm going to type backslash and n, and again in double quotes I'm going to type coffee backslash n, then tea backslash n, and apple juice \m. So let's run and see. As you can see, we have done the same list by using the escape sequence.